My days were comfortable, steady, and predictable. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, relax, and then do it all over. My income was stable and my future laid out for success. But I realized I felt trapped in a life that looked perfect on paper, but left my soul yearning for something more. So, it was time for change. What do you do when your whole life changes how it feels? Your routines, your way of life, the people around you, the way they act and behave. When every moment feels simultaneously surreal and intensely real, like walking through a dream you've had 1,000 times, but now you're wide awake. Adapting to a completely new environment, finding your footing in unfamiliar territory. Fresh, new, exciting. All the new experiences and realities that can manifest themselves. So I'm shooting this quite a few days after I've already been in Norway. Right when we got here, I actually couldn't film a lot because my partner got sick. So I had to take care of him, but then also I got really sick. Or not really sick, but I got sick for like a day or two. So the first couple of days were kind of a wash. And after that, we've kind of just been trying to sort all of our paperwork, visa stuff. It's just been a lot of like paperwork errands and things like that to get everything kind of sorted. The first week of being here, there was a farmer's market in town. This is a small town, and seeing everyone come out and join together in the center was a very cozy experience. There were vendors, activities, and good food. There were some older gentlemen which were making and teaching how to make these wooden little flutes, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Since it's spring-summer, there are so many events going on right now, so we also went to this food truck event. I wanted to try some new food, and I ordered from a truck called Duck It. I got a duck sandwich with some fries. Pretty good food, but everything at this event was kind of pricey. A couple of days later, we went to a small convention in a nearby city that was for gaming, nerdy, geeky culture. I'm used to going to some spaces like this back home, so this sort of felt like a home away from home. This was set in a movie theater, so they had a whole room dedicated to playing games on big theater screens. I think this is the biggest screen I've ever seen Super Smash Bros. Be played on. There was also a lot of businesses and creators selling merchandise around the venue, and there were cosplayers walking around with a room dedicated to some performances. And then, it was 17th of May, Norway's Independence Day. So it's the 17th of May today. Today is Independence here in Norway, so we're going to be celebrating a little bit with some like festivities. We're going to be going to the city center of like the city town, and we're going to watch like some parade, wave some little flags around, and just spend time together. I made some Norwegian waffles. I'm really hoping they came out good. We're also going to grill some stuff in a barbecue later. We're probably going to make some hot dogs. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten much, so I'm excited to eat food. Norwegian waffles is a traditional baked good, and it really feels like you've arrived in Norway once the whole house fills with the warm, comforting smell of the waffles. They are made in a waffle iron in the classic shape of 5 or 6 pointy connected hearts. In every city or town, there is usually a parade on Independence Day that runs through the city center with live music from a band, and all the children going to school in that area participate in the parade. Family members and parade goers watch in community and wave little Norwegian flags. I've also noticed that Norwegians like to collect vintage cars, so people will usually drive those around during this day. People also dress up in traditional Norwegian attire called bunads, originating from the 19th century. There is a women's and a men's version of these outfits. The women's version is a very detailed, usually handmade traditional dress with embroidery, wool fabric, and brooches. It's worn with beautiful jewelry, traditional shoes, and a small handbag on the waist. The men's version is also very detailed. It's made in wool as well and can include long socks with traditional shoes, an overcoat, and a hat. Every region has a different color and design for each bunad, but you are not restricted on which one you can wear. In this particular city, there's a local band that played a show after the parade with some really beautiful pieces. This isn't my first Independence Day here in Norway, but every time I attend, there's always this energy and togetherness in the air. There's a word originating from Danish and Norwegian called hygge. It's a word that describes a cozy, contented mood evoked by comfort and conviviality. And hygge is probably the best word I can use to describe the feelings I feel when I'm here, but especially on the 17th. Social togetherness, taking the time for others, and community. After this, I slowly started to settle into daily life. Falling into daily life has its own rhythm, familiar yet different. Getting used to all the new experiences. I walk to get my errands done now. No car, no rush, just me, my thoughts, and the path ahead. This was something I was really looking forward to, and now that it's a part of my routine, I see why it mattered so much to me. It keeps me moving, literally and mentally. It forces me to pay attention to my surroundings, the way the light hits the rooftops differently as the weeks go by, how the different flowers of spring come and go, how the trees shift color slowly, almost like they're whispering that change is always happening, whether I notice it or not. I've started recognizing the faces of strangers who are no longer strangers. The quiet smile of the woman at the store, the man who always watches the cars go by the road in the evenings, the kids on their bikes who always race past me after school. This slow, subtle rhythm is becoming my daily life. Not a dramatic reinvention, but a quiet unfolding. But sometimes, in the moments of silence, my mind starts to wander. Did I make the right choice? Am I in over my head? What if I never find a place I truly feel at home? What if this wasn't the brave choice, but the wrong one? The fear of the unknown leaves so many questions unanswered, doubts drifting in and out of focus, never fully settling. And yet maybe that's where the truth starts to show up. Not in certainty, but in the willingness to stay with the discomfort long enough to see what it's trying to tell you. Because maybe it's not about escaping fear. Maybe it's about learning to walk beside it.